Hey everyone, Anthony here from Fiorenzo Brothers Sewer and Drain. Just coming at you with another video. Alright, so I'm making this one for the, for kind of the situation that I'm at right now. And obviously it's titled in the video, Do I Need a Sewer Jetter? Alright, so in the drain cleaning business, sewer jetting is probably the easiest and most reasonable upsell that you can make to increase your ticket prices. All right, so in my case, when I started out, I was able to gradually build my equipment. So I have all of my snake machines, my main line, my smaller drum machine, my hand machine, and, my toilet auger. That's just I think if you're a guy that's going out on their own to start off just to unclog drains, that's all you need to get going. All right, so I also have a sewer camera. I've mentioned that in my other videos. That's something that expands my business and my clientele a little bit more. It's another service that not everywhere offers. So a camera is a very good investment to make for anybody. But the other question at hand is, do you need a sewer jetter? Sewer jetters are a lot of money. Especially if you have one that has a pretty high flow rate and is like on a skid mounted system, you're probably easily spending over 8-10 grand easy. Which, I mean, I don't have it. I don't know many people that are starting out that have those kind of funds to mess around with. So, in my opinion, personally, I don't think you need a jetter. Now, it depends on what kind of customers you want to serve, if you're going to be doing commercial properties too, or just residential. I really just do residential. There's a couple of, restaurants or sub shops that I might do. But overall, my clientele is pretty much all residential. Now, on that note, I am getting a sewer jetter. A deal was established a while back, but I had a couple of just life situations that kind of pushed everything back. But thankfully, that deal is still at stake. Now, this sewer jetter, is it what I want for a long term and my main piece of equipment? No. So I got a larger cart mounted system. Flushes out about maybe 5.5 gallons a minute, which is decent. And, 3,500 PSI, it'll break through clogs, but it's honestly, in that case, I don't use the jetter first, especially if the line's charged. In my situation, my biggest service that I offer is kind of like a root cutting service. So what I do is once the line's clear, or not really clear, but once it's not charged or holding water and I can get a visual, if I'm dealing with roots, I utilize flex shaft technology. So the upgrade or the benefits to flex shaft cleaning is that you can run that machine while simultaneously having your camera in the sewer line as well. So it allows me to go in with the flex shaft, cut up the roots, so that way they're freestanding in the pipe, and I can use my jetter to flush all of that loose debris out into the main. That's a kind of service that I've been applying. But, when I do that with just the flex shaft, I need to run a lot of water in the house. So it's nice being able to, it's going to be nice having a jetter to be able to flush all of that out. I would like a higher flow rate for that, but honestly, for the price that I got on this deal, I could not pass it up. So, basically, I'm going to be charging a jetting price, but I'm realistically snaking it first. So that way there's no danger of dealing with high pressure water and any risks of water spitting back and making a mess. So, me being a one-man shop, I have the capability and the ability to kind of do that, even though I'm technically doing more than one service because I'm snaking it first and then jetting. I don't mind if I spend, over an hour you know, even a couple hours at a call to do this. You know, whereas if you're a bigger company and you have overhead or you're paying techs to go out, obviously it's not in that same boat, because you can't, you know, it makes no sense to pay out all of those extra hours, so that way they can, you know, take more time to complete a job. But in my opinion, I think that if you have snake machines and a camera, I think you can get by without jetting for a while, you know, because snake, you know, charge your prices, pay off those items, you know, make those items profitable for you. You know, if you spent $1,000 on a snake, you should be able to make that investment back in like 2 to 3 jobs, honestly. So that would be my advice on the jetting perspective. I'm really excited about being able to offer this service now, you know, because it's going to give me the capability, you know, to turn a $300-400 job into a $800-900 job. But I'm not going to go into everybody's house and automatically upsell the jet. You know, the way I kind of price everything out is, you know, I'll give them the price for the snake. I'll tell them what my price is for the jet. I'll say, you know, listen, sometimes, you know, I'll get the line cleared and flowing, but if there's still a lot of roots or a lot of something else in there, I'll do this service, and then it's just the higher price that I quoted you. But, you know, you gotta feel out your customers first and make them understanding. You know, I'm a full transparency kind of guy, so I'm always very upfront with people. You know, I'm not going to try to upsell them a service. You know, sometimes I see a lot of these like cartoon advertisements that places do where they make jetting makes a pipe look brand new, which I don't believe in. I mean, it flushes out, you know, the loose debris and everything, but, you know, you're not going to remove scale and, you know, cut out every single root. I mean, well, you know what, I take that back. Some of the root cutting nozzles they come out with are really effective. But that's another thing where the nozzles have to match up with a certain PSI and the flow rate, the gallons per minute. Everything has to proportion out to get the right head for the, you know, for the right jetter system that you have. So that's another thing, you know, and especially if you're spending a decent amount of money on a jetter, the nozzles can add up to costing so much. You know, they end up costing a lot too. But the jetter I'm getting, it's very powerful for a cart mounted system, which is what I need, because while I'm in the process of getting a work truck situated, if I'm buying a used truck, I don't want to go through the hassle of spending $10,000-20,000 on a jetter system to get it mounted in there just for the truck to not last its lifetime and have to take everything apart and redo everything. So that's my kind of 2 cents on the topic of if you need a jetter, if you're just starting out. Long story short, I don't think you do. I think it's a very good item to have in your arsenal to increase your ticket prices, to increase, just to increase your sales. But, if you're just out trying to build up your funds to make the investment, I think it's good to make the money with the snakes you have or with the camera you might have, to eventually upgrade and buy a bigger system. I think my next video that I'm going to do, is going to dive a little bit deeper into utilizing the flex shaft technology. I deal with tree roots in my sewer line. I do this line of work all day, so I just really don't want to do it at my house. Plus my access is in a crawl space. So, I think one of the big things I'm going to maybe try to do is, once I have this jetter system, is I'm going to perform a little root cutting service on my sewer line, so that way anybody that watches my channel can kind of get a little idea on, maybe a new type of service that you want to tap into. But that's all I got for now. So, you know, stay tuned for the next video. Feel free to leave a comment. If you have any topics that you want to see me cover in particular. I did that once before, you know, with some pricing techniques. So this one's just kind of centered around, you know, do I need a jetter right away? But that's all I got. Take care, everyone, and it is almost the new year, so everyone enjoy and have a happy new year. Stay safe and be careful.